Okay, starting off, we are clearing the maps to get to Cursed Hollow specifically. It was a pre-designated map for this game, so they're just eliminating other maps. That's the first stage we're doing is Cursed Hollow. We have everybody's roles written down, the roles that they can play. So hopefully the teams are even in the types of, well, not hopefully, the teams should be pretty even in the types of, the abilities of it. Yeah. The teams are even according to ability of players and roles. So everything should be good. Now,
User joined your channel.
We got a problem. We got a member that cannot pick a hero. It's stuck on auto selects.
in game.
Never heard of it. Yeah, in game, like right now, he's stuck on auto select.
Fuck. All right.
We may have to recreate the.
That should back
custom.
to lobby should have fixed it. Did it work? Is it lunch that you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right. If we have to remake it, we'll remake it. But for right now, we'll continue the draft as normal. Oh, he
Right.
can't see what champions he can play.
Sorta. I think he knows. Hold on.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Yeah, he knows what he can play.
All right, that's fine. Then continue as normal, and we'll
User
just
left
remake it
your
if we need
channel.
to.
Now
Channel switched.
Abathur.
Lunch, I'll be looking for you when you get back into the lobby. But for right now, worry about the draft.
Channel switched.
All right, so they know that one player on the opposing team is really good at specialists. It was spoken out already in the chat channel. Looks like the bans are appropriate. They got rid of one team. Team A got rid of a Li Ming, and to counter the other player, they got rid of Abathur on the ban. So those are pretty appropriate bans. We're going to see first picks right now. And mind you, I'm not in the room where these guys are listening, so where these guys are talking. So I'm unable to hear the logic, but we're going to try and decipher what they're trying to do off of this and talk about what they've done. This is, by the way, the first the first encounter that we're going to actually rate as a tryout. First pick of ETC, followed up by a Rhaegar. First pick ETC.
Hey, wake up.
Fix previous problem. We're still continuing the draft as normal. Second pick, Lost Vikings. So this is a problem that I'm going to narrate right now. First pick ETC, very easily countered, especially if he winds up going Mosh Pit. They might build a comp that doesn't work off of Mosh Pit, but if they don't, they're going to need something to give them invulnerability, like an Uther pick, or something to guarantee the Mosh Pit, like another kind of ult that they can work with. They went Lost Vikings, also another champion that's easily countered as a, Team A went Lost Vikings. Team B is ETC. Team A's, they have the second and third pick. The third pick of Lost Vikings isn't a good thing because it's easily countered again. Two easily countered things. Yet no one's countering anything. They're just picking their own comps, it seems. We've got fourth pick and fifth pick on Team B. Fourth pick and fifth pick are Zool and KT. Should be moving around to the second round of bans now. Okay, they are going to locking in the first ban on team, the second ban on Team A for Uther. That's a good ban. That stops them from guaranteeing the ETC pick. And a
User
ban
joined your
on
channel.
Team B for Diablo.
What's cracking?
How's it going, Lighter? Right now, we're running the first round of tryouts. Did you want to try out?
I don't have time right now, man. I gotta go do some stuff. I was just seeing what you're trying out for.
Yeah, this is the KG team.
Right?
They're gonna try and do a semi-competitive KG team and see where it goes. So first round of
Gotcha.
tryouts. We're doing like a lot of tryouts all day. It's an all-day thing, and it's gonna be all day tomorrow as well. So you're welcome to
All
come.
right,
if you want.
I'll get my team together.
All right. Well, you don't have to form your own team. We're forming one or forming one or two as a.
Well, I've got a great guaranteed 3-man team.
Well, if you want to make
Well,
your own
we-
team, that's
we
fine
work-
too. This is something different.
Well, I need 2 more, but I know 3 of us work extremely well together.
That's great. That's great. This is not something that I'm talking. That's something completely different, though.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm
4, 5, 6.
saying I know 2 people who myself click. We just click.
Nice.
So we would be trying out, I guess, figure out our own team.
Pick 6 and 7 for Team A. Also, their last 2 picks. I'm sorry, their second to last 2 picks are Thrall and Tyrael.
I'll be back later.
All right, later, brother.
User left your channel.
Last 2 picks for Team B, Lunara and Lily. Lily's a good healer pick with what they're showing. No direct counter on Team B to the Lost Vikings. Bit of some late game stuff that KT can work with when they're all grouped up, but they didn't go for an early pick like a Zeratul to roam around and get some TLV picks. And we're showing Jaina as the last pick for Team A. All right, let's see what these guys can capitalize on with their compositions over here.
User joined your channel.
So we are playing Cursed Hollow, right? This is Cursed Hollow?
We are playing Cursed Hollow.
Okay, just double checking.
User left your channel.
Last
Channel
game was
switched.
frustrating because I understand he was like trying to evaluate our thing, but I was like, dude, this isn't helping if we're not doing the objectives, and by the objectives
I
was
don't
helping
know.
the enemy team.
I will go ahead and interject there that, well, the objectives because y'all were playing on Team of the Spider Queen, and it's really, really easy to control that objective without actually having to control it, especially when you're running a Diablo Tyran combo, because then
Yeah.
he was right. You can just go from top lane, clear the minion
No,
wave,
that
then bottom
I
lane, clear
get.
the minion wave,
No,
and then
yeah.
you run their
No,
turrets
no.
out of ammo, and then they can't stop you from killing them.
But yeah, but like after like the second spiders, it's like, okay, we gotta
Yeah, well,
get
then you
in
have
once so we
re-
can catch up, and then go back to, you
to
know,
reorient. No,
Yeah.
it's true.
that was what I meant. It was like the beginning logic was spot on, but like after they were handing in, it's like, okay, we need to hand in once before we go back to the whole
Well,
English
it's true.
lesson.
Honestly, it's one where the rotations should stop them from being able to turn in whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because then y'all should be catching them if they're trying to get gems and whatnot, and like then you just kill them. It's like then they never
Yeah.
get as fighters. That's the whole point of the strategy is that you say we're not going to do objectives, and you're not going to do objectives either.
Yeah. It's just like but they got onto us at you know, you could tell like after the first turn, and they knew what we were trying to do.
I
And
think
so
we're just
all
waiting
they
on
did was
Brathis
ambush
and
us to
Soap,
death.
by the way,
Huh?
for y'all to ready up. When y'all ready up, we can go.
Oh shit! I'm
Yeah.
sitting here thinking this is
Channel switched.
So one of the issues that we had in the last game that was a warm-up match was that nobody was understanding how 1-4 plays, and somebody was complaining about the calls being made during that 1-4 when we weren't getting what we needed to get accomplished. So I thought that was pretty funny because the player, Soap Girl, didn't understand why I was making the calls I was making to get the 1-4 to work. But that's okay. people are going to be new at the game. All right, so we're loading into now in the Cursed Hollow. Again, Team A has Ethereal, Rhaegar, Lost Vikings, Thrall, Jaina composition, and Team B is running Zul, Lunara, KT, Lily, and ETC. Oh, my apologies. I have to switch over to the game mode. All right, that should do it. All right, there we go. All right, so we can already see the way the lines are set up. Team A on the blue team is set up with 4 people in bottom and a Lost Vikings, and Team B on the red side is already gathering up mid to go for a gank that's probably not going to exist. Although Team B has the right idea to go for a gank, it looks like Team A is going to wind up trying to push a fort down bottom. That's the stereotypical call of a fort bottom. Yes, and they are going to try and push down the wall's bottom. Team A is appropriately responding. Gonna mute sound. All right. Looks like the red team did come in and get one cut. That was a good call. There's a good split into lanes. Saw some good positioning there and some good reactive from the entire team on B, and not a good job with map awareness on anybody in the team. The Lost Vikings did not come out far enough to get a good view on the map. So that's something. They were too far back, expecting a gank. It's going to happen sometimes. All right, splitting up. We've got splitting up into lanes. There's Zul with a TLV top. 3-man mid versus a Thrall. A bunch of downtime here in between lanes. He might have been trying to get a gank. KT solo bottom lane again with a TLV. So one of the things with the TLV is it's good soak, right? But you have to get kills to support the TLV, so this way they're not stuck in lanes. They're taking a lot of hits to TLV, and that's causing them to not soak. So TLV is not getting the opportunity right now to get the soak they need to, because blue team is not capitalizing on kills. Looks like Stu Manchu's going to get caught out. They finally got a kill there. That's good. Red team trying to respawn bottom, peel them off. Even with the TLV, the red team right now is getting more experience because the blue team is not capitalizing. We got to see more about positions. What's going on? Watch some team fights going on. A couple players not in position for objective. Good. Players that were low had fountain up for objective and or backed at the appropriate time. Looks like the Zul player died to tower shots. I'll have to see that again. Okay, a little too late, a little too far back on the tank. Tank's playing very Funky Monk is playing very passively here. I'm just getting some poke. That's fine. It would have had a kill there if he had landed that slide a little bit better over the top of him. New objective spawning. Zool staying top to really got some good push in there. He's coming down now. Okay. Blue team is not all in for this objective. They're going to give it up. To what end? They are not contesting. They're also not getting anything out of it. They have equal level. They're not soaking lanes. No idea what happened there. This is going to be a tough thing because the rotation's not happening on this map with the TLV and the kill's not happening. They're not getting enough soak, and red team is out-leveling them. Professor Oak getting caught too far out, but he's going to get it back safe. Lunch's Vikings getting caught again. Check the stat on that in a sec. We're at this a little too far forward here at the top lane, and he's not going to pay for it. Blue team a little overextended there in the bottom lane, but again, oh, that's a grav lapse there from Stu Manchu would have secured that Rhaegar kill. Okay, new objective spawn. TLV, where are their deaths? 1.5 deaths already. Interesting. What should be happening with the Lost Vikings here is that the team can be going to contest to a lot of these, like they were on the objective that happened previously here, and one TLV can go and cap it, and the rest of the team can engage it and zone it out. Not excellent use of the Lost Vikings so far. Granted, some of it's from team maneuvering or lack of it. There's going to be a pinch here top on Rathus. No team cohesion though. Team got split up. They're going to use an alt, and no deaths there. No deaths. All right, we are getting... See, Lunch is got a Lost Vikings in place finally, but it's going to get contested without a lot of pressure in lanes. The Lost Vikings can't do much. So, no pressure in lanes equals bad Vikings. It's a good rotation there. Stu getting caught up being a little cocky. Map awareness is very important, and you should have seen them coming. Also, any verbal calls might have helped. They're rotating passively, but they are cursed. Jane is staying down bottom to defend. Lost Viking going top to help defend. A singular Lost Viking out of position. Blue team playing it safe. Really want to see more team plays. Keep in mind, let's see the build. Both teams going to get boss. Very nice. TLV should be soaking in all lanes. We got a Viking out of place mid, a Viking out of place bottom, and a Viking is doing work top, getting that camp to help push. But 1 out of 3, not enough. I'm being too hard on the Vikings. Let's switch over. Let's look at some builds. Jaina's build a little. I understand why they took it. I won't judge her build too much there. Thrall build's on par. Vikings build's okay. It's not the meta, but that's fine. See why he did it. Rhaegar taking a meta build that I just don't like. I like the shield build better. It's okay. And an appropriate solo tank Tyrael build. We're looking at Zul's build. Got a Viking getting caught out. No, he's not going to go down. Boss defend. No boss defend. Play style Rhaegar. Getting some good auto attacks in. Both teams seem to, so far I like the way the players are using their abilities. I want to see a good team fight. A solid 5-on-5. KT's build meta. Lily's build is redundant meta. I don't really like that build at all. It makes no sense to have two. Makes no sense to have 2 mana regens on Lily. ETC's build. He went for a knockback build. That's got to be a Stu Manchu thing for zoning. And I'm just too unfamiliar with Zul right now to make any judgments on his build. Lost Vikings finally getting some chance to do some work. Blue team is finally pushing some lanes in, so that's going to allow the Lost Vikings XP to go up, and we can already see it's starting to go up a lot. That's good. All right, we're going to... KT's getting caught a little bit out of position. Team's going to try to come in to save. Very nice ultimate there. See about the follow-up. It's just not going to be enough. I have to rewatch that again to see how that went over. Have to do it another time. Very nice Jaina ult. Very nice Jaina ult. Who's playing Jaina? The Merman. It's just some pressure, girl. Don't worry. Alright, we can see some heavy hits being taken. Good poke from Lunara. Bad positioning on Jaina. Yeah. Not enough follow through with the healing. Who's the healer? Rhaegar in that one? Yeah, the shield build would have been nice there, especially for a solo tank. An extra shield on Tyrael would be very, very useful there. I can't see how many globes Tyrael has, but judging that they weren't rotating lanes well enough, he probably doesn't have a lot. Also, Lily's ult right now is just... What are the numbers? 16 to 25. Lily is out healing the Rhaegar. They're just getting their 16 talents now, so that's one thing. But I dislike Rhaegar's build. Rhaegar might get caught out of position here. Yeah, he's going to get locked down. That's a death. Okay. That's bad. Gotta be with team. I don't know whose call it was to split him up, but that's gotta be with team. On a map this big, I might have gone for Siege on on the Lost Vikings. But that's a different story. Let's see what ultimate they took. The Lost Vikings took play again. So yeah, I'm actually not... I don't really like the Lost Vikings build for play again. But that's a personal opinion. Grouping the Lost Vikings up. So the enemy team is at their core. The Lost Vikings is... Alright, that's passive. I see why they did that. It's a good Jaina ult yet again, followed up by a very good Thrall ult. Position good by Thrall. Not enough heals to keep him up. Tyrael's going to go down again. Not enough heals. Rhaegar was already dead, which means he was out of position or too far forward. He built to be in the back line, so he should not be getting picked off like that. As you can see too there, that Lunara was off on the side in position to get to their backliners, and Jaina was not in a good position to counter. Knowing that there is a Li Ming, did she take Ice Block? She did not. She did take Ice Block. I must have missed it if it went off. She's not dead anyway, so. I wonder how dumb I'm going to look after we all look at this. Alright, cutting out the first stream. Thank you for watching.